AJ, well, I wish the 60-degree weather would stay for a while, in my opinion. I'm not looking forward to the 34 tomorrow, but gotta do what you gotta do. Well, joining me today, Toula Family Yoga is dedicated to welcoming and supporting people of all ages and abilities to their mind-body practices. And I'm lucky enough to be joined by some of the Toula family today. Thank you so much for being here. So, Andrea, as well as LD and Tammy, do you guys mind introducing yourselves and your titles and what you do with Toula?
Yeah, sure. I can start. My name's Andrea Parks, and I founded Toula Family Yoga in 2014. But it has grown so much because of all the excellent teachers that we have there to help out, and they're so highly trained, and I'm so lucky to have them. And two of them are here today. That's that.
My name is LeVar Davis Kidd, but I go by LD, and I teach 2 classes currently at Toula, and then also provide some workshops, as well as am a licensed massage therapist that works out of Toula.
I love it. And then Tammy?
I'm Tammy Beyer. I teach at Toula primarily the gentle classes, prenatal yoga. I also teach some meditation and chair yoga.
I love it. I love it. So Toula Yoga, you can have different ages from infants to 88-year-olds, honestly. Tell us a little bit how you do that and how you perform your practices for such a wide variety of ages.
Yeah, well, we are dedicated to making sure it's for everyone, and we started out really just wanting to be able to reach the whole family, as we say, and the teachers have just had many different certifications beyond the 200-hour level, so that really helps. And just to make sure everyone feels welcome to come in, we also many times have 2 classes going on at once because we have 3 studios at the space. So there are children's yoga classes going on at the same time as adult classes, so you can drop your kids off and then come to your own class too.
That's pretty neat. I love it. And yoga is all about mind, body, and soul. How do you teach that through your practices as teachers?
Yeah, anybody want to take it?
We try to reach all our students individually. So we really focus on how each individual person comes to the mat, no matter what your ability is or your perceived idea of yoga and movement. And so we just want to make it comfortable for everyone as they come in. We want to see you grow through your yoga practice. We work on breath work. We work on just really listening and tuning into your own body so that you're able to connect on that level versus what you think yoga is supposed to be.
Yeah, and I'll just add that yoga really is a personal practice. Oftentimes it's done in the group setting, but each person is an individual who comes with something different each day that they come, and so your practice never looks the same, and that is okay. There's no reason to try to match the person next to you on the mat, across the room. Just be yourself on the mat, do the things that work for you, and maybe that's lying on your back for a majority of your practice.
And I love it. I've done that many times when I've gone to yoga, so I completely understand. And you're going to teach us some moves today. Do you mind giving us a go and starting out what you're going to showcase for us?
Yeah, so let's, we're going to come towards the front of our mat. And the first thing I always like to do in my classes is just make sure that we have a good stance, so our feet are hip distance apart. Tammy has some blocks here that can be utilized, but we're going to start in what is called mountain pose or Tadasana. And as we inhale, we're going to sweep our arms forward, palms touch overhead. Exhale, we bend at the waist through heart center, coming down to our standing forward fold. As we inhale, we rise up, halfway lift or gazing. Exhale, and you can walk, step, or jump your feet back to plank. Holding that plank, we come down about halfway, and then we're going to lower all the way down to the mat. We're going to have a couple modifications here, so we can rise up to Sphinx, we can rise up to Cobra, we can rise up to Upward Facing Dog. Take a nice deep inhale here. Exhale and lower back down. And we can rise up through either a kneeling push-up or a full push-up. And then we're going to shift back into our downward facing dog. It's always nice in down dog just to pedal through the heels, stretching out those calves. And then let's walk those feet forward, directly behind the hands. Once again, we have our gazing or half lift. Exhale into your standing forward fold one more time. Inhale and sweep the arms forward, rising up through a flat back. Palms touch overhead. and we close out the sequence, passing through heart center and finding our mountain pose.
I love that. It's pretty amazing, and you don't necessarily need to fully straighten your legs, correct? Because
Right.
it could injure yourself. Just really do what you can do physically.
Absolutely. Again, everybody is an individual, and some people have really tight hamstrings. So there's modifications and ways of using the blocks and other props to assist that will make all of the classes accessible to anybody.
That's pretty
Chairs as
amazing.
well.
Yeah.
And it really does help prevent injuries
Yeah.
for functional daily living, you know, too.
I love it.
Yeah.
And your class sizes, how big can your classes get? I would assume you have people waiting down a line down the street for
we're
them.
super picky about this. We want to make sure it's never crowded.
Yeah.
So we keep our limits small, and for personal space, but also so the teacher can see you better and help and guide you better too. So,
I love it. And you have student specials. There's a lot of colleges in the
Yes.
area that.
Yep, student specials. We have also, we did a KCRG special.
Oh, really cool.
Well, so next week on Sunday, we're going to do a free intro class, like a 30-minute, and it's on March 9th. And up until that time, anybody that puts in the KCRG code can get 50% off a class pass.
I love it. I love it. And you can see it on the screen right there. The Toula Yoga event. It's free for the public, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Just learning your basics, just basic moves and stretching and
a
all
little
that good
tour
stuff.
of the 3
Yeah.
studios and
That
things.
is really cool. I love that. What's one thing that you hope people take away from yoga, whether that be being an infant or 88 years old?
Literally.
I hope that everyone can take away just more connection with their own body and making the yoga practice their own. So, you know, as I mentioned earlier, there's just a lot of preconceived notions as to what yoga is or what it should look like. And I feel that all the teachers at Toula have great training in helping provide some of the modifications that LD mentioned, using props and things, but just making it a practice that could be lifelong, and we could be lifelong learners and moving our bodies. In addition, it really helps in all other facets of your life. So Andrea mentioned just overall moving and being able to stay moving, but also if you're involved in other sports or other activities that you like to do, it's definitely going to be a plus to any of those things.
Yeah, and it is absolutely a great tool for cross training. So athletes, you had show choir members that were on. It will help with performance and help with range of motion that make all of those things easier for you, especially as your body continues to age.
Well, even better. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Andrea,
thank
LD,
you.
and Tammy. We appreciate you coming in.
Thank you.
So you can get all the information on kcrg.com, and we'll have it all up. But coming